Hello everyone. In our last class we have discussed, we have started the topic that is our Karnataka. In the topic our Karnataka, we have already discussed about the political divisions of our Karnataka, administration divisions of our Karnataka. In this class or in this chapter, we are going to discuss about the two important divisions which are comes in the North Karnataka region, that is Kalburgi division and Belagavi division. In our last class, we have started to discuss about the Kalburgi division. We have discussed the brief information. Which are the districts coming under the Kalburgi division, and what is the present status of the districts which are coming under the Kalburgi divisions, and some other important topics we have discussed in our last class. In this class, we shall continue the discussion about the Kalburgi division. As I said to you before, Kalburgi division is a division which is comes in the northern part of our Karnataka. It is called as North Karnataka. Kalburgi division is consisting of six districts. Today we shall discuss in deep about some other important points or other important movements about the Kalburgi division. About all the 6 districts which are coming under the Kalburgi division. See, every district in our Karnataka, every division in our Karnataka is having its own history. Every part of Karnataka is having its own historical background, cultural background, political background, economical background, and many importance are there in every part of Karnataka. So Karnataka is very rich in its historical background and literacy and art and architecture also. In the same way, even though it is a backward part of our state, in our last class we have discussed about the current status of Kalburgi division. We have thought that it is backward region of our state. Even though it is backward region, it is very rich in its historical background. It is very rich in its natural resources. It is very rich in its art and architecture, and many important movements are taken place in this division itself. So it plays a very important role in the Karnatakan history, and also there is very much thing to know about the Kalburgi divisions. Today we shall discuss in detail about the historical background of Kalburgi divisions and some other important movements which has taken place and which has changed the society. Some important movements which are taken place in Kalburgi divisions. Today, because of those movements, we are recognized. Karnataka is recognized by the Mahatma Basaveshwara. Karnataka is recognized by the many Dasa Sahitya persons. So, such kind of movements are taken place in the Kalburgi divisions, and many historical background events and many historical places are located in the Kalburgi division. Because Vijayanagara, Hampi is located in the Kalburgi division. Because of Hampi, Karnataka or India is recognized all over the world. Such kind of important event and important sites, important place are located in the Kalburgi divisions. So today in detail we shall discuss about the Kalburgi division. If we are going through the historical background of Kalburgi division, we are going to see the Kalburgi division, the places in the Kalburgi division before 8th century itself. Anna Basavanna came into existence, the role of Anna Basavanna we are going to see in the 12th century. Before Basaveshwara, before Jagatjyoti Basaveshwara also, we are going to see some historical background or some historical events of Kalburgi divisions. So today we shall discuss in detail about the historical background of Kalburgi divisions. In the Kalburgi divisions, we are going to see many kind of kingdoms or many kind of emperors who ruled the divisions. Many South Indian kingdoms are ruled the divisions from the Kalburgi division itself. Many important cities or important towns of the Kalburgi divisions at that time before 8th century, 12th century, 14th century, they have taken place or they have called as the capital city of entire empire. So such kind of very rich atmosphere was there in olden days, but today unfortunately it had become a very backward places of our Karnataka. See, we are going to observe the historical background of Kalburgi divisions from the Rashtrakutas itself. The capital city of Rashtrakutas, Manakyata, is located in the Kalaburgi district itself. I mean, we are going to at present we are going to call it is as a Malkhed. It is a small town in the Kalaburgi district, but at that time, ruling of Rashtrakuta, it was the capital city of Manyaketa was the capital city of Rashtrakutas. By this center itself, by this place itself, Rashtrakutas ruled entire their emperor or ruled entire their administrative divisions. So, at the time of 8th century itself, Galburgi division is very rich in its administration and many other important things. In the same way, Kalyani Chalukyas. There are two kinds of Chalukyas. In our next class, in our further classes, we can discuss in the next topic itself. We shall discuss in brief about the Chalukyas and some other important kingdoms of our South India. In the same way, Kalyani Chalukyas. The capital city of Kalyani Chalukyas is Basava Kalyana. Basava Kalyana is in a town place which is located in the Bagalkot district. It is a capital city of Kalyani Chalukyas. Later in the 12th century, because of Jagatjyoti Basaveshwara, Basava Kalyana become very popular. Before Jagatjyoti Basaveshwara itself, the capital city of Kalyani Chalukyas is Basava Kalyana. Basava Kalyana is a famous city at that time. It was a capital city of Kalyani Chalukyas. Chalukyas spread their popularity all over the Karnataka, all over the India. So at that time itself, the entire Chalukyas kingdom is ruled in the Basava Kalyana. So the places of Gulbarga division are very important, are very historically very rich. The next place is Hampi. I think you are all very familiar with this place. Hampi is having a very wide historical background because a greatest kingdom of India and very prominent kingdom of South India, that is Vijayanagara kingdom. The capital city of Vijayanagara kingdom is Hampi. Hampi is having a lot of monuments and many other things. Hampi is a very rich capital city of our history. If we are going to look on the Indian history or Karnataka history, Hampi is a capital city. I mean, Vijayanagara is a capital city which is very rich. Till today, any historian is never saw such capital city which is such rich as Hampi. So, the Hampi is a capital city which Hampi is a brand ambassador of richness. I mean, such kind of richness is located or inserted in the capital city of Vijayanagara, that is Hampi. The Hampi is also located in the Kalaburgi division itself. These are the three important South Indian kingdoms. These are the three important South Indian kingdoms which are located at the Kalaburgi division. I mean, Rashtrakutas, Kalyani Chalukyas and Vijayanagara. These are the Karnatakan rulers or Karnatakan administrators who ruled our state, or some places of other states also. They have made the capital city in the Kalaburgi division itself. First, that is Rashtrakuta, next Kalyani Chalukya, and next Vijayanagara. These are the three important places of our Kalaburgi districts which has its own historical background or very rich historical background. In the same way, the Nizams of Hyderabad. See, the Kalaburgi division is also called as Hyderabad Karnataka. Why it is called as Hyderabad Karnataka? After these administrators or after these kings, the Hyderabad Nizams taken over the administration of Kalaburgi division. So the Kalaburgi division is called as Hyderabad Karnataka. So Hyderabad Nizams ruled the Kalaburgi division for several years. After Hyderabad Nizams, the Kalaburgi division is directly coming to the hands of Indian government itself, because when the British rule was there in our India, the Hyderabad Nizams were independent. They are not ruled under the British. So these the places of Kalaburgi divisions after the rule of Hyderabad Nizams, they have come to the Indian government itself directly at 17 September 1948. It is some completely separate issue. In the next minute itself, we shall discuss about the first war of the War of Liberation of Hyderabad Karnataka. This is all about the historical background. In the same way, these are the three important kingdoms who are ruled the Kalburgi division, or who are made their capital cities in the Kalburgi division and ruled all over the states and some other parts of the states also. In the same way, Hyderabad Nizams ruled for many years. Kalburgi division was under the control of Hyderabad Nizams for the many years, and some parts of our Kalburgi division, I mean the district Ballari and Kopra, are not under the control of Hyderabad Nizams. They are called as Madras divisions. Later, after independence, after 17 September 1948, they are merged into the Kalburgi division, and they came to the hands of Indian government itself. In the same way, these are the prominent kingdoms of our Kalburgi divisions. These are the prominent kingdoms who situated or located their capital city in our Kalburgi division. In the same way, if we are going to see historical background or historical administration sectors, we are going to divide the state into different kinds. See, some families or some kingdoms or some dynasties divide their states into different policies. That is, state, paraganas, ganas, and some other administrative divisions. In the same way, the Palegaras also ruled the Kalburgi divisions. There are some important major Palegaras who ruled in the Kalburgi divisions are Palegaras of Arpanalli, Palegaras of Sonduru, Palegaras of Germany, and Palegaras of Surpura. See, the Palegara of Surpura is playing very important role in this division because he stands very different. He stands very different when we are going to compare with other three Palegaras. Why? Because he is a person who is participated in the first war of Indian independence. When the rule came into his hand, the Palegara named as Venkatappa Nayaka is fought against the British. He fought against the British, and the government of East India Company, or the British government, arrested the Palegara of Surpur. This is an historical background of a Palegaras. The four important Palegaras who ruled the Kalburgi divisions or who comes under this division or these places is Palegaras of Arpanhalli, Palegaras of Sonduru, Palegaras of Germany, Palegaras of Surpura. These four important Palegaras, these are the rulers or administrators who ruled under the Vijayanagara dynasty. I mean, they are the sub-administrator persons of a Vijayanagara dynasty. If Vijayanagara kingdoms or any peoples or any kings of Vijayanagara are supreme, they are ruled under these four Palegaras are working for the kings of Vijayanagara dynasty. When the Vijayanagara dynasty came into extent, when the Vijayanagara dynasty declined, after that they started their ruling independently. And these, especially the Palegara of Surpur, is fought against the British, and all Palegaras, Palegaras of Arpanalli, Palegara of Sundur, Palegara of Germany also, they opposed the British rule and they fought for our independence. But Palegara of Surpur stands very first to these three persons. This is all about a brief explanation about historical background of our Kalburgi division. Next we shall discuss in detail about the war of liberation of Hyderabad, Karnataka. In the last minute itself, I said you that after Hyderabad Nizam, the places of Hyderabad, Karnataka are coming to the hands of Indian government directly. Why? See, when all the kingdoms are declined, after the Rashtrakutas, Kalyani, Chalukyas, Vijayanagara dynasty and all the Palegaras, Hyderabad Nizams take the control of Kalburgi division and they ruled for many years. At a certain time, they have gone under the treaty with the British government and they saved their kingdom and they saved their administration. After the independence, before giving independence to the India, the British made and ruled that territories which are ruled under the British government are directly given to the Indian territory. If kingdoms or places which are ruled by the independent territories, the decision should be taken by the head of those territories. So, the Nizam of Hyderabad is refused to join to the Indian Union. He refused to join for the Indian Union, but the peoples of this region very interested and they are very eager to join for the Indian Union itself. So, they fought against the Nizam of Hyderabad. I mean, some important leaders like Swami Ramananda Tirtha, Sharanagowda Imandar, Shivamurtaya Halwandi, and many other prominent leaders of Gulbarga division are fought against the Hyderabad Nizam. They fought against the Hyderabad Nizam. They argued or they requested the leaders of Indian Union to join them for the Indian Union itself. So, on 17 September 1947, the first Home Minister of our independent India, that is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, made an agreement with the Hyderabad Nizam, and he joined the Hyderabad division and complete Hyderabad Nizam's kingdom to the Indian Union. At that time, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was the Prime Minister of our India. Because of efforts of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and because of effort of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the places which are ruled under the Hyderabad Nizam came into the control or came into the part of Indian Union. See, the important leaders who fought for the liberation of Hyderabad, Karnataka are Swami Ramananda Tirtha and Sharanagowda Imandar, Shivamurtaya Halwandi, and many other prominent leaders of this division was fought with the Hyderabad Nizam, and they created the atmosphere to give those places to the Indian Union itself. This is the war of liberation of Hyderabad, Karnataka is having its own history, and they fought for many years. At the last 17 September 1948, they joined the Indian Union. This is all about the historical background of Hyderabad, Karnataka. This is all about the historical background of Kalburgi division. Next, we shall discuss about the natural resource of Kalburgi division. See, every division of Karnataka is having very different natural resources and very different economic resources and very different geographical nature also. In the same way, as I said you before, as I said you in the last class itself, Kalburgi division is very poor division. I mean, it is not developed so much. Why? Because it is having some natural resources. In the same way, a very huge amount of bare land is located or situated in the Kalburgi division itself. The annual rainfall is very low when compared to other divisions. Because of this reason, the Kalburgi division is always getting a drought. I mean, with the lack of rainfall. For certain years or many number of times, the Kalburgi division is faced the drought, and it has faced the problem of water even for drinking also. So we are having some if we are going to consider the natural resources, we are going to see three major rivers, that is Bhima, Tungabhadra and Krishna. These are the three major rivers which are going to flow in the Kalburgi divisions. We have constructed the many dams for these three major rivers, and because of these three rivers itself, we are going to get some agriculture benefits. See, paddy is a very important crop in the districts like Koppal and Raichur. These are the two districts which comes near the Tungabhadra dam. Which comes near the Hospet, and the Tungabhadra river. The water of Tungabhadra river is helpful for the development of district Raichur and Koppal also. Paddy is a major crop of Kalburgi division, especially for the districts of Raichur and Koppal. In the same way, the commercial crop is sugarcane, and we are going to grow about the cotton and some other important spices and grains. This is about the agriculture background of Kalburgi division. We are going to see the river Bhima and Krishna. These are the two major rivers which are flowing at the topmost part of our Karnataka. The soil is black. The soil is black and very fertile, and alluvial soil is present in our division, and it is very good, or it is very favored for the growth of cotton and some other crops which does not require much amount of water. See, basically we are facing a very big problem of drought, and rainfall is very less. In the same way, our soil is helpful for our climatical condition. Because of that, we are able to grow the jowar, cotton, maize and some other commercial crops which are not so beneficial especially sugarcane is a commercial crops which is beneficial for the peoples of Kalburgi division. Paddy is a crop which is grown in the Raichur and Kopra district. This is all about the agriculture background of the Kalburgi division. Next, there are some important minerals of our Kalburgi divisions. That is, we are going to see the silver, silica, gold, iron, manganese, limestone, and some granites also in our Kalburgi division. See, in our Raichur, we are going to see the Atti gold mine. This is a place where the pure gold is located. We are able to extract the pure gold. It is located in the Kalburgi division, and especially manganese and iron. See, manganese and iron of Kalburgi division. I mean, especially from the Ballari district, that is Sondur Taluk, it is exported to many other countries. It is having a large scale industries because of these important minerals which are situated or located in our Kalburgi divisions. We are going to see some important industrial development in our Kalburgi division just because of the minerals which are located or found in our divisions. See, we are going to see some important thermal power plants. It is located one in Raichur and one in Kudutni, and we are going to see some manganese factories which are going to produce the iron and some other iron materials. We are going to see the factories which are going to produce the cement, and many other industrial development is also taken place in the Kalburgi division. These industrial developments are taken place in our Kalburgi division just because of the minerals which are there. I mean, especially Ballari district is giving its remarkable contribution in the industrial sector because a huge amount of mine is extracted in the Sondur Taluk, which is exported to many other countries and which is used for the production of iron products or iron ores. It made possible for the development of industrial revolution in the Kalburgi division. In the same way, in the Hatti Raichur district, we are going to produce we are going to extract the gold ore, and we are going to produce the gold ornaments and also raw gold also. Silver, silica and limestone in the small consumption or in small way we are going to extract these all natural resources also. This is all about the natural resources, rivers, minerals and agriculture development of our Kalburgi division. Next we shall discuss about the art and architecture of Kalburgi division. Even though the Kalburgi division is very backward in the development, even though Kalburgi division is very backward in the economic consistence, but it is very rich in the art and architecture. Why? Because many literatures, many poets and many historical poets are born in this division. The first literature work of our Karnataka, that is Kaviraja Marga, is written by the person who is from the Kalburgi division, Vikramarjuna Vijaya, and important poets, that is Pampa, Panna and Ranna. These three important poets which are very major poets of our Kannada literature is born in the Kalburgi division. And first grammar book, that is Sabdamani Darpana of K.C. Raja, is the person K.C. Raja is from the Kalburgi division. This is all about the importance of art and architecture of a Kalburgi division. Next we shall discuss about the region movements of our Kalburgi division. Because of this region movement, Kalburgi division has recognized all over the world. Because of Anna Basavanna, Akka Mahadevi, Allama Prabhu and many other Vachanakaras, Kalburgi division has remarked all over the world. Vachana movement, which is fought against the blind beliefs of our people, which made to know about all, which enhanced the knowledge for all the peoples of places or all the peoples of a society. That is Vachana movement. It has taken place in the Kalburgi division in the Basava Kalyana and Dasa Sahitya, and many kirtanas are written in the Dasa Sahitya. The Dasas are the person who is going to worship the Vishnu, or they are going to write the poets. Those are called as kirtanas. Those kirtanas are written in the Kalburgi division. Many kirtanas are written, or they are published, or they are in the some inscriptions which are there in the Kalburgi division. We are going to see the Dasa Sahitya also. Especially Vachana Sahitya made an historical footstep in the Kalburgi division. Because of Vachana Sahitya itself, many development, many social development is taken place in our India. In the same way, till today, Anna Basavanna, Akka Mahadevi, Allama Prabhu, and many other Vachanakaras are very famous, and they have made Kalburgi division, especially the Bagalkot district, very famous all over the world. This is all about the brief explanation about the historical background, the war of liberation of Hyderabad, Karnataka, natural resources, art and architecture, and religion movements of our Kalburgi division. In the next class, we shall discuss in detail about the Kalburgi division itself. In the next class, we shall detail about the districts wise. I mean, Ballari, Koppala, Raichuru, Yadgiri, Bidar, Gulbarga, like this separately, individually district wise historical background and some other parts we shall discuss in our next class. This is all about the today's class. Thank you.